Hello again. Thank you so much for joining me again for another episode of Everyday Life and Finance with Robbie. Thank you for coming back, those of you who are returning, and thank you for anyone viewing my videos for the first time. Thank you so much. And today, I want to talk to you a little bit about a somewhat hot topic. It's been around for a while, for maybe 15 years or so, but lately it's come up a lot because of the new administration in the US. But I want to talk to you about investing in cryptocurrency, exploring whether it's for you, whether it's not for you, and just looking at it. So let's start out looking at the basics of crypto. And this is just a basic video. I'm not here to tell you to invest in it or not invest in it, but I think it's always good to have some information about what's available to you, because there are people that have, done really, really well with cryptocurrency. So, cryptocurrency, it's a digital currency and it's intended to be used as an alternative currency, maybe for online purchases and things of that sort. But it's become, people have been trading it and investing and trading in it lately. So, I thought it was a good idea to talk to you about it. Some of the more popular types of cryptocurrency are Bitcoin and Ethereum. You'll see those tracked by financial platforms such as CNBC. But, you know, a lot of people just don't understand it. I, for one, at one point in time, I was kind of hesitant about it, and I'll talk to you about that in a few moments. But think about it in this way, looking at currency. Each country has their own physical currency, meaning dollar bills or euros, and they're physical, meaning you can actually touch them and you can use them to pay for goods in those specific countries. But when you travel or when you purchase online from another country, you have to find a way to convert your currency into theirs. So that's done using currency conversion, and they have exchanges for currency conversion. When you travel, you can do this ahead of time, purchasing currency in another, currency for another country. You can purchase that in advance. But for online purchases, that's not, the easiest way to do it. You can, of course, in many instances, use certain credit cards and they will convert it for you, but sometimes their rates are not the greatest. There are a few credit card companies that do have conversion rates. So cryptocurrency is an alternative form of payment. It's not accepted by all entities, like all companies online. So it's not extremely widely used, but people have been talking about it and trying to get it going. At one point in time, I believe Tesla even allowed you to purchase their vehicles with the use of cryptocurrency. Um, so think about it in that way, so each country has their own currency and sometimes it's difficult. So cryptocurrency may help to relieve some of that. It won't do it, again, cryptocurrency is digital. So it won't, it may not help you in every circumstance, but it may help you with your digital and online purchases. Okay. Um, but the one I also want you to think about, remember, not think about, but remember that it's extremely, the movements for cryptocurrency are very volatile. They move up and down very quickly. There'll be days you may go to sleep and, you're up $30, you come back the next day, you're down 40, or, vice versa. So you have to understand that the movements, can be very extreme and they can be very good, you know. But keep in mind, it's not a physical currency, so it's something that you don't have, You can't feel it, you can't touch it, feel it, and it's not in your possession. So it's somewhat risky. The other risky part of it is that when I talked about currencies for each country, those are regulated by each individual country, the government of those countries. Cryptocurrency is not regulated by the governments, at least not now. So you want to keep that in mind. So that's another risk, involved with currency, but over the next, several years, that may change because there's been a lot of talk about it, especially in the US, because it appears that the new administration, supports cryptocurrency, but we'll see how that goes. Um, so we talked about the volatility, but there's also some, if you look at it, how it's performed over the years, it's really performed well. Wow. So, for instance, if you invested $1,000 in Bitcoin in 2014, it would be worth 270,000, approximately 270 to $271,000, maybe even more now because the markets have been going up lately. The market for Bitcoin has gone up. And other cryptocurrencies, the same, maybe not as much as Bitcoin and Ethereum because they are the most popular, but there are some small ones also that have done very well. If you had invested in Bitcoin in 2009, it would be worth over $1 million, depending upon, I'm looking at $1,000, it could be worth several $1,000,000 at this point in time. So you want to think about that. And no, you don't have to, if you are considering it, you don't have to go in with a lot of money. And we'll talk about that later. Because again, it's very volatile, and you want to make certain that you don't want to risk your mortgage payment or your car payment or anything, your child's tuition. You don't want to go in that heavy. You may not want to go in. I'm not giving you advice. Again, if you are interested, you may want to talk to your financial professional about that. That's always a good idea, to do your research and talk to your financial professional. So I'm not suggesting that you go out and purchase any form of cryptocurrency. I'm just making you aware of a potential investment that you may be interested in exploring. It's not for everyone. For example, back in 2014, I wasn't sold on it. I was kind of, leery of it. And so I didn't invest in it back in 2014 when, it had been brought to my attention maybe in 2010, and I had been following it and researching it, but I wasn't comfortable. So I'm not going to invest in anything that I'm not comfortable in. I'm not going to do it. But I monitored it, and at some point in time, I decided to go in, and I went in with just a small amount, maybe $500 or something like that, maybe even smaller. I can't remember, 100, something along those lines, but anywhere between 100 to 500. Maybe I invested it at different times. And I went in and I just watched it. And at that point in time, it was money that, I said, this is not going to hurt me, and I can increase my investments over time if I see that it's doing what I think it can do. And, I just left it there, as an investment, and I monitored it. Of course, I'm not going to lose all of my money, but I'm monitoring it. And it's done very, very well, but again, it's not for everyone. There have been times that it has gone below my basis, my investment basis, my original investment. It has gone below, but I've tracked it to make certain, and I know what my risks are. I know if it goes to a certain point, maybe I want to get out. Maybe I just want to leave it in and see what happens if I'm comfortable with the direction that the investment is going in. So again, I'm not suggesting that anyone purchase it. Research it with your financial advisor, but it may be something that you want to consider. if you are interested in trying out maybe $50 or $100 or any other small amount, or any amount, it's up to you and your financial advisor. But if you're interested, you would have to do it. You'll have to establish some form of a cryptocurrency wallet. And there's Coinbase, they offer a cryptocurrency wallet. Robinhood, of course, you can trade crypto on those platforms, but there are also financial brokerage companies, well established entities such as Fidelity Investments and others that permit you to trade on their platform. And those, maybe, a better option starting out because you know where your money is, you can see it, and you can track it. You can track it on those. Coinbase is great too, and you can track your investments on a regular basis and see them going up and down. And they're not like stocks, those markets don't close. So they're going up on the weekends. You're seeing the movements in the price going up and down, and you can see. And at any point in time that you want to sell, you can sell. So you can get out. It's not, you're not committed for a certain amount of time. So be smart, do your research, talk to your financial advisor, and see if this is something that you want to get in on, something that you want to include in your investment portfolio. You never know how it's going to do. Maybe, like I said, smaller investments, maybe you do, $50 a month or something like that to see how it goes. Or maybe you just invest a fixed amount, a certain amount, and just see how that grows. Take a look at what happens to it in a certain period of time, maybe in a 3-month period of time, in a 6-month period of time. Take a look, see what happens. But be smart, do your homework. Do not invest money that you can't afford to lose. You cannot do that. Don't invest your mortgage payment, your car payment, anything like that. So take your time, do your research, consider starting small, speak to your financial professional, because again, this is risky. And, but it's something that you may want to consider, All investments have some type of risk. So this is just another one. So thank you so much for joining me in this episode of Everyday Life in Finance. I do hope that you come back again. Please like, subscribe, share, and hit the notification button for notification of future videos. So thank you so much.